Okay. Okay. All right. So let's wait for people to come. And you know that our real life is going to be in 5 minutes. So I just wanted to start to make sure that the setup is okay, that is correct. But now we have to do some changes so that, there you go. I think that this way it's gonna be okay. Yes. It's always a little complicated here. Okay, so this is the Sketching Live 3. This is a third time we do it. It's as you know, it's a weekly meeting, let's say, weekly rendezvous with me and on this channel, which is the Luciano Bove Card Designer channel, which is mainly dedicated to tutorials about card design or sketching in general, and also about design talks. And since a few weeks, I decided to start a weekly live for sketching together, which I think it can be useful. Okay, so it starts at 5 o'clock in the afternoon here in Europe. I'm in France, and let's wait a few more minutes to make sure that those that already know that at 5 o'clock I'll be here, they will probably come. After 5 o'clock, 5:01, 5:02 will start. And the argument of today, the topic of today, as you may see, it's markers. You know, as I show you all the markers I have in front of me, because we're gonna try to use those markers. Because there is one of you that asked me, please, can you show me how to use markers? Because every time I try to use markers, it's a mess, and they bleed, and I don't know how to do. So please, okay, so we have Tony Wheel. Hi, Tony. Which type of electric sharpener do you use? So that's a nice question. I show you. I have this one. And this one, I bought this one on Amazon. It's a Chinese made, very simple, not expensive at all, and it goes directly onto your computer for charging, and is very useful, really, believe me, it's good. So that's the one I have. But when I don't use it, I just use a very simple one, a handmade, the one that you do by hand, with a little, you know, part where you put your stuff. But anyway, this one is pretty good. On Amazon, you will find it on Amazon. That's where I found it. Okay, so people are coming. Hi, Yash. Ciao. Oh, you're welcome, Tony. Mr. Funzo, 99. Buon pomeriggio, Luciano. Ciao. I don't know whether you are Italian or not. Your Italian is very good. I think you are Italian. Okay, good. Buon pomeriggio. Have a good afternoon. So, I was saying that for those that just arrived, that this is a weekly rendezvous, okay, a weekly meeting live here, my channel. We're gonna dedicate it to sketching, okay? Anything we can sketch. We will sketch cars, but we can also sketch products and check media. How I work with chalk, for example. That's exactly what I did last week. Era per farsi capire da tutti. Ok, ok, Mr. Funzo. All right, so now we are 10 people. Let's wait still of 2 more minutes, okay? Meanwhile, I explain to you. So I prepared this because somebody wrote to me. Said, every time I try to use markers, it's a mess. And I understand. Because guess what? It was a mess for me too. And sometimes also today, to be honest. But anyway, there is a method. It is just a technique. And before we use markers, we have to understand few things about the tools that we have. Okay? So we have markers, all right? Like this one or like this one. Those are two different brands. Slightly different in terms of quality, but this one, of course, it's my favorite, Chart Pack. Okay, this is really my favorite. But this one, Pro Marker from Winsor Newton, they are not bad at all. Those ones are good too. Okay, so just in case you don't find Chart Pack, you can tranquil. You can buy Winsor Newton Pro Marker. And we don't have just the marker. We have with markers, we have to make sure what we use when we sketch. Because if, for example, we use the pencil, like this one, this is a typical Faber-Castell blue pencil that I use when I make my sketches. But you know what? The pencil and those markers don't go very well together. Because the marker bleeds a little bit, it's gonna take that pencil dust, it's gonna make everything very mud look. So it's not nice. So for this reason, when we use markers, it's better not to use pencil. So we take the pencil off, out. Then we have the ballpoint black or blue, big pen, okay? Okay, this is nice. This is already better. But at the same time, we have to make sure that the point is not bleeding too much ink. Because if that ink goes onto the paper and then you go with your marker, the marker will just take that ink and will spread it all over. And then your sketch, it's ruined. Michelangelo, draw cars. Okay, hi. So good to see you again. Thank you very much. Good to see you too. So then we have this one, which is a felt tip pen, all right? The one with which I wrote all my notes here. This one is much better. This one is it's a very good for marker because once this one is dry, then you can go over with the marker, and we should not get any incident. Okay, so I would say that this is probably better. And this one, which is a thick felt tip pen, for the outline, for example, we can use it, no problem, because it is like a small marker, but we use it for the outline at the end of our sketch, okay, not at the beginning. All right, so those are things that very important you must know if you want to use markers, because that's the basics of how you use markers, of this technique. Hi, Mr. Divian Savia. It's a little bit difficult for me to pronounce your name. Much easier with Divian. Ciao. I imagine from India. Okay, good. So, as we said, we have those three that are probably our best friends to make our line work, all right? But we have another one, which is the felt tip pen very light gray number 1 marker. We can also sketch with this one. And because marker and marker are the same thing, then we don't have anymore that problem of the ink that goes everywhere, right? And we can use those pens, okay, just for the detailing line quality after that we put our marker. I have already, Mr. Das, I already have something on the right. I will sketch it. It's a sketch that was made by my friend Flavio Manzoni, who works markers in a perfect way. So it's a very good example to take if we want to make a demo today. I am not like him, I'm not good like him, but I'll try my best. You will like it, don't worry. Now, I made this because this is done on marker paper. Paper is very important. Don't use just any paper with markers. For example, if we take this one, this one is A format print paper, copy paper, Xerox copy. This is not good because the marker will bleed a lot, because this is like a sponge. It's just sticking, sucking all that ink, and it's difficult to control your sketch. So I suggest you really, if you don't have it, go out and buy marker paper. So which one? This one. Look. This is Canson, okay, Canson, marker paper, layout marker paper, okay? Now, if you want to check the technical numbers, it's 70 gram, all right? And okay, it's an A4 format. This one is good. This is really good. And you can see when today I prepared my, how can I say, my notes about our markers. It came out really nice. Look, the colors look really well. You can see probably better like that. You see the colors are clean. Nothing's it's wrong. You can see all differences between each color. All right, so what do we have here? On top we have the cool gray scale. This is very important. The cool gray scale is fundamental because with the cool grays you can do anything, right? Anything. And I show you. They are here. Cool gray, right? From number 1, wait, cool gray 1. Okay. Then we have number 3. This is number 10. This is number 5, number 4, 6, 8, 10, all right? And black, the super black. If you have those, you already have, I would say, 80% of all the markers you need to sketch with markers, okay? Then you can add colors, because we always have a sort of a warm and cool. And warm and cool, it's like warm colors, cool colors, cold colors, warm colors. And here today, I got some cool color, which is a pale indigo. And then I've got some yellow, orangey color, or gold color, that I will use for the warm part of our car sketch. Very important, we must use warm and cool, because as you know, in the theory of reflections and the theory of illustration, warm and cool show how an object is turning. Warm light, cool light, all right? Okay. So, now that I explained this to you and you saw the differences between the colors, let's take this away, all right? We put it up here, okay? We don't need it anymore. And let's take this marker, okay? And let's make the first sketch, okay? And let's see what happens. First of all, thank you very much for all those that just arrived. Now you are 18. We started, we were 3, so that's very nice. Thank you for watching. I suggest you, if you have a paper, marker paper, and you have few of your gray markers, okay? If you have a big pen or this one, you can sketch with me if you want, okay? This pen, okay? Because those are the best indicated pen for marker sketch. Okay, so let's start, okay? I will use the gray number 1 felt tip, small felt tip point, okay? To make a very nice light. Now, those are not circles, huh? Those are ellipses. Okay. All right. So, minor ellipse, minor axe of the ellipse goes to vanishing point that it's down there somewhere, very far. Okay. So, let's start. All right, so I'm watching, of course, perspective. I'm trying to not to make mistakes on that because that's very important that comes out correct. All right. I don't know if you can see the shape because it's very light, I know, but what I need here is just a line drawing very light so that I know how to continue afterward. All right, so I'm starting to blocking some shading very, very lightly, okay, just to have an idea of what I'm doing. And one thing very important that you have to know, that while I'm doing this, I'm really light. I'm not pressuring, you know, with my marker. I am really, really light. Okay. So can you see now? I worked with the gray number 1 so far. All right, so now that I have this gray number 1, I can go and do some reflection, okay? So, let me see. All right, so I'm trying to put some reflections so that it will be kind of nice afterward, you know. Now we are starting to see the car, huh? So little by little it's coming out, but most important thing now is to really do what it's left to do, which is a little bit of the glass. All right, so I will take a paper like this one, okay. I'll I'll uh, I'll bend it over like that, okay. And you know why I'm doing this? Because I am using now my pen, and I want to make sure, you see, that I take off that extra ink. You see? Think about it. When, you know, technique, it's a lot of little things together. Hey, ciao, Charlie. How you doing? So there are those little things that you don't have to forget, because if you try to do that, I am sure you will get a better quality work. All right? Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to work also the line quality, okay? Which is always important. Okay, so a little bit for the back, you see? And now some detailing for the real back bumper section, which we have to try to detail a little bit. Ciao, Marsing. Welcome back. Thank you for the project. Yes, finally, after almost 2 years, our project done in China went to production, and it looks like everybody likes it. So that's a good thing. All right. So now, what are we missing? You know, of course, our little details that make all difference. You know, if you go and look at the original sketch that our friend Flavio made a few years ago, it's really well done. There is a lot of good balance about almost everything. You know, so put the center line, always the center line, to make sure that we have a kind of control, you know, of what we're doing. So this work that I'm making, you know, this job of making the line work like that, it's very important because without this, we really don't have the perception of the car's reflections. Okay, so another thing we can do here, you know, little details on the side. All right, so now we are still we still have some things to do here in the front. All right. So we have this lower part. Okay, this is I don't know if it's a Ferrari because I'm not that good, but anyway, it is a sports car, okay, for two people, all right, that is starting to come out pretty nice. So now we are 25. Thank you very much, guys. I really love this. Let me see. It's clear it goes here. Okay, good. All right, so now let's do the wheel well. Remember that this is an ellipse, all right? All right? Okay, as soon as we put our, you know, our wheel, everything changes because it becomes so realistic. Okay. Now, we have few things that we did not do that we have to do. Here. The back reflection, you know, that is important. Okay. You see, I am very careful where I put my marker. I try not to touch where we have the ink because I know that if I do that, I might have problems. All right, so now there is another thing we have to do, which is this one. I will take a straight ruler so that I don't make big mistakes. All right. Because this on top, it's going to be our background. That's why this will be white, this will be shadow. We're gonna make our grading, shading, with dark and lights because we have to use those markers. All right, and I think it's gonna come out pretty good. Okay, so now always about line quality. So okay, let's make already the first little detail, and we will use a marker number 3. Okay, number 3. There is one thing that I forgot to tell you. When we work with markers, we always have to start from the lightest marker to the darkest marker. Never do the opposite, because if you make a mistake with this one, you have a big problem because we cannot erase markers. Right? So, what we need to do, always from light, and we build up the shading from light to dark. Mr. Arunesh, okay, I'm a school student from India, actually interested in cars. I saw your channel just yesterday. Where are you from? Hi, KS Arunesh. I am from Italy, and I'm a car designer, and I worked in India too, for Renault Design India, several years. You could go and check on Google, Renault Design Academy India, because I was the one that managed that beautiful project. Okay. Okay, now let's imagine a little graphics, graphics for, I don't know. You see, here, it's like a sort of a front. And then here we'll do something that it's gonna be, let's say, let's see if it looks nice. I hope it does. All right. Okay, so let's do this detail here. Another thing that you have to know, that with the same marker, if we hit twice with the same marker, we have almost the double tone value of the same color. And that's another good thing that we can do. Now, here I just put the number 3, right? Now I let it dry, and then I will do some shading with the same number 3. I don't use a number 4 or number 5. Once again, the same marker. Okay? Let's try. Always the same marker. Okay, can you see? There is a little shade in there, light, dark, and that gives depth. Now, we can take our felt tip black pen, we go inside and we make the black of the hole. You see? So this is an outtake. All right, so now that we have this, let's start coloring with the dark tones. First of all, I would like to make part of the shadow and the wheel well. This is important. Now, when we do this, we have to be a little bit patient, okay? Because it's not like a quick sketch. Here we had to be a little bit patient, unless we make a mess and then we get frustrated, we get mad, all that stuff. So we had to be careful. Okay. Now we have to take a red color because I am going to put the red here. All right, that's just to give an indication that there is a red light. Okay, now let's take cool gray number 2. And what I'm doing, I'm putting my number 2 on top, leaving some of the light gray that I put before, because I'm creating now the depth effect, okay? And I'm trying to make it look realistic. Now I will take the dark gray, the real dark gray. This is number 8. There you go. Now, before number 8, let's take number 6. So I'm using number 6. I go on the glass. Okay. Didn't finish yet because now we take a cool gray number 3, which is here, and we complete. Now we have to let it dry, okay? Unless it's gonna be a mess. We don't want to have a mess. Okay, now let's use and let's make a nice graphics for our wheels. So all right, so you see, I'm starting to put some details so that our sketch becomes more believable. I'm not satisfied with the windshield. It looks pretty 2D. Yeah, of course, because now, KS, we need to put some top shading that I didn't put yet. I'll put this after. All right, so what are we missing? We go with the number, we need a number 2. Do we have a number 2? Yes, we do. Where is it? Number 1. Okay, I can use the number 1, no problem. Okay, those little things are done just to give, to give the idea of the wheel. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, if I had more time, I would be much more precise, but for now it's okay like that. So we let it dry and we put some shading. All this top part is in shading. The light is down here. Then I do a little bit of cross etching with my pen to amplify a little bit the shadow effect, okay? We could imagine to put, you know, more details, but it's not really necessary. Okay, number 3. Let's go here. Okay, now let's take this color, this one, and let's do the top, okay? I will do the top. And then I will do it also here. Okay, now I let it dry, all right? Let it dry. And then I will go over again because we need to have a sort of shading there too. Okay, while it's drying, we take the black, really black color, okay? Which is this one, this is extra black. And let's make the darkest part of the reflection on the glass. Okay. And now, because this is too light, now we'll take another marker, number 4, and we just do something like that. Okay, so far, how do you like it? Hi, Charlie. Those will... Okay, thanks. Is that newspaper you're working on? No, this is marker pad, Charlie. This is just marker pad. I can show you again. The... Look, is this one. It's a cancel marker pad. All right, now we have to do the background. So look what we're gonna do. We're gonna use a super nice bright yellow. You will think that I'm crazy. No, we will do this and I will show you why we are doing this. Okay, so I start. Always very, how can I say? We had to be always very careful, okay? When we put those colors, especially bright, strong colors. We don't want them to mess up with the sketch. All right. I hope that my light it's not gonna break because I just lost a little bit of power. Okay, anyway. Now we'll take very light yellow. Okay, here we had a strong yellow here. But for the car, we will use just a very pale yellow, which is called mice. 133, okay? Look, I'm going over. You see? Now we have that background that is reflecting on the car. I'll take again that pale light blue, okay? And I do the second step. Okay. So, what do you think? Now there is one last thing I have to do. And of course, we're gonna do this again together. You will like it, I'm sure. We had to put some highlights. So let's do it. just a little bit, you know, to have fun, but also to turn on the lights on our sketch, you know. There is another one that we have to put because of those nice bubble fenders. We need to put one here, one here, and here. All right, so I would say that it's finished. So today it's the 3rd of November. Now there is one more thing we can do, okay? Always with a lots of trying to be always careful. I use a darker black for the outline against our background, so that we can really you see it's reinforcing. I'm adding little details, some double lines, you know, that make it very sketchy. Which is you know, adding little details which are nice. If some parts are black, are not really black, we can do it, you know, like that. You see, look what I'm doing. Just little things, you know. Those are the little details that clean up and make the sketch even better. Of course, there are little mistakes, you know. That's how I try to correct, you know. Okay, once I finish this, I still have something to do because I just seen that there is one thing missing. So I get again my super black and I hit the black here. It's not enough here. This has to be much black, much darker. So it's enough to go there, you know, and do another one like that, and here too. And that's it. Also here, because we want to have a really nice contrast. Okay, like that, I think it's better. All right, now it's really finished. Well, I hope you liked it. So what do you think? Just tell me. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you. So what do you think of digital sketching? Digital sketching already. There is a big video that I made. Thank you, Abbas. Thank you. There is a video where I said first learn how to sketch, then go digital. And that one, it's something that you guys should watch. You know, because in that video I explain why it is very important that you learn first how to do it by hand, and then you can do it. Then you can do it with digital, which is nice. Digital, I like digital. I used to do it when I was a designer. Now, as a manager, I don't do it, of course. But anyway, I think you have missed the side door line. Yes, I know that you were thinking about that. In reality, this car should be like, I don't know, the canopy that moves up like that, and maybe you can go, you can jump in. But you're right, we can imagine that we have a door cut, right, that is here. And then he's doing that. Why not? Yeah, something like that. Why not? What do you think? I go back with my white spot. Okay, so next week, if you want, I can do another one with markers, and then we can move on something different. All right? Thank you very much. We have been a lot, 25. That's great, you know. It's starting. So don't forget, okay, next Tuesday, again, 5 o'clock. All right? And if there is something that I cannot do, I will write, I will announce that I cannot do it. But anyway, I can. So don't worry. We do it. Okay. Ciao. Bye bye. Thank you.